CrossFit Chicago Heights, Coach Zach with our standards for 26.2. Don't forget tonight, we've got country versus hip hop for our theme. All right, so for our workout, we've got 15 minutes to do as much as we can of overhead walking lunges, dumbbell snatches and pull-ups, and then overhead walking lunges, snatches, and chest to bar pull-ups, and then overhead walking lunges, snatches, and ring muscle-ups. All right, so starting with the beginning of the workout, you need to be behind the line with your dumbbell. We've got 20 pounds for the ladies, 35 for the guys. Our scaled, we've got 35 for the ladies, 50 for the guys. And then we've got our scaled at 20 for the ladies and 35 for the guys, okay? Our foundations, the weight is a suggested weight, all right? For our lunges, our standards, you're starting standing tall at the start of the workout, and at go, you can pick it up. It has to be overhead, okay? So elbows locked out and over the shoulder. Both feet are behind the line. If you start with a foot touching the line, it is a no rep, okay? So both feet behind the line, your knee must touch the ground, so the trailing knee must touch the ground, and you have to come to full extension. So hips and knees have to be extended, okay? As you are doing the walking lunges, you have to complete the full 20 feet before bringing the dumbbell down. You cannot shuffle the feet, all right? So as you're walking, you can walk straight through as long as your hips and knees extend when you're walking through. So a low walk through is a no rep, okay? When you get a no rep, you do have to come all the way back and complete the full 20 feet again, okay? For our snatches, they need to be done 5 feet from the rib. So our lines are 5 feet from it. So once you cross the line, you can step back out, and now we go into our snatches. Your hands have to stay off your legs. Both heads of the dumbbell have to touch the ground, and you have to finish overhead, so arms locked out and in line with the rest of the body. So it's dumbbell, shoulders, hips, and knees all need to be in line, okay? You'd have to alternate. You can alternate on the ground. You can alternate in the air. If there's a no rep, so let's say that I went like this. I have to do this arm again before I move on to the next arm, okay? If we bring the dumbbell down before I fully extend it, it is a no rep. You need to do that arm again, okay? So switch wherever you need to. It has to be alternating, and make sure that you are locked out to finish that rep. Our pull-ups. So starting at the foundations and scaled, we have jumping pull-ups. For the jumping pull-ups, you need to be the bar needs to be 6 inches above your head, okay? So this is about 8 inches above my head, so it's all good. You have to start with your arms extended, and then chin has to get clearly above the top of the bar, okay? Every rep has to come down and start again at a straight arm. Reps like this are a no rep. I never fully extend it. If my chin doesn't get all the way over, just because my eyes got over does not mean it's a full rep, all right? Chin has to get clearly over the top of the bar, okay? Then we've got unassisted pull-ups. Again, you have to start from that hanging position. So arms all the way out, feet have to be off the ground. As long as the chin clears the bar, it's a good rep, okay? Every time it has to come down to arms extended. So a no rep, because I'm keeping my elbows back too, okay? So I need to come down all the way to elbows extended. All right, chest to bar. Starts elbows extended in a full hang, and then it has to touch, your chest has to touch the bar below the collarbone. There actually has to be pressure. You need to touch. Getting close is not a rep. All right? If I don't come down to full extension, it is a no rep. Okay? Then we go into our muscle ups. So we would go on to the high rings. All the same things apply. You need to have arms fully extended. You need to be in the hand position. At the top of the rep, you need to pass through a dip. So if I started from extended, I need to pass through a dip. And the lockout needs to have arms extended and in the support position. All right? So extending and falling back, or extending while falling back, is a no rep. Okay? I need to make sure that I end in a support position. All right? So shoulders on top of the hands with arms extended. That is our standards for 26.2. It's going to be a fun one. I'll see you guys in the gym.